560 KSFO.
I wouldn't be proud of winning that way.
Societies come and go, civilizations come and go, and we are watching some of the strangest happenings with some of the greatest silence in the history of a nation that I've ever read about, which is a man who is working against the basic interests of a nation, a man who is sending the Muslim Brotherhood 20 more F-16s while the country's in turmoil, and not a peep out of the people in the country. A newly elected militant Islamic government teeters over an angry population, and Obama today approves sending the Muslim Brotherhood 20 more F-16s into Egypt now. I'm asking you, are you for or against that? Is there anybody who says this makes sense? I mean, I would think most of you would say this is crazy. That would be common sense. You understand Obama's sympathies. They're not towards the Jews in Israel. That we know already. You know that Susan Rice's sympathy is not for Jews in Israel. They would be for African despots. Even the New York Times is saying that. We know that most of the people surrounding Obama have absolutely no, never mind sympathy, but empathy for Israel. They have an antipathy towards Israel. That's a given, which explains why 90% of the Jews voted for them. Because you understand how that works. You vote against your self-interest if you're sane. That's what you do. If you're sane, you vote against your self-interest. Anyway, the phone number is, you know what it is. What do you feel about that? John on KSFO in San Francisco about the F-16s to Egypt. What do you think about it?
I work for one of the large aerospace companies, and I am disgusted with the way this president walks all over our export controls to give our enemies our technology. People work hard on this technology, and to see it go to our enemies is disgusting. I'm glad I don't work on the F-16 program, because if I did, I'd have to quit.
Well, why is it? Well, okay, so let's ask the next big pregnant question. Or in American parlance, the 400-pound gorilla in the room. Why is Obama doing this? Why is he selling F-16s and the fourth-generation F-16, by the way, to Egypt when it's being run by the Muslim Brotherhood fanatics? Why? What's the answer to that question?
I'd like to think that he's incompetently thinking that he can negotiate with the devil, but, you know, I really am not... I just think this guy has it out for us. It's hard to get around it.
Do you ever watch the TV series Homeland on HBO?
No.
Oh, it's not to be missed. It's unbelievable. It's about a former U.S. Marine captured in Iraq, tortured, released, comes back, becomes a congressman, but he really was broken by the Muslim fanatics and turned into a secret Muslim who sets about to cause havoc in America, even though he's a congressman, including his own family doesn't know he's a Muslim, except his daughter finds him praying secretly in a basement on a prayer mat, and his wife sort of suspects something's wrong. And he then sets out to kill the vice president of the United States by changing the codes on the vice president's pacemaker, which he does. He kills the VP of the United States of America by changing the code, sending it to the Muslim Brotherhood, the equivalent to the Muslim Brotherhood in the series. It's one of the most daring series I've ever seen. But it leads you to ask, how many people in our government are like that man? Do we have any? Would you say there's a likelihood that there are some? Yes. Logically, yes. Sounds like you say there's none. Logically, you'd have to say yes. At this point, some Muslim enemies have become operative inside our government. That's a logical conclusion. The next question is, well, how many? The next question would be, how high up do they go? The next question would be, would anyone have the nerve to stop them for fear of being called a bigot? The next question is, how high does it go? And the next question is, how high does it go in our government today? That's all. Series of questions. I don't have the answer, of course. I'm merely a talk show host. I'm only a shock jock. We shock jocks don't know as much as the stenographers who write for newspapers. They're the ones who know everything. They know that there's global warming. They know that the Muslim Brotherhood are good guys. They know that the Libyan revolution was important and that the Muslim fanatics who took over Libya are our friends. They know that Susan Rice, although she has a sympathy for African despots, would be a far better Secretary of State than virtually any man, because she's a woman, and as you well know, women are they're kinder, they're gentler, they're more intelligent. Just ask Madeleine Albright or Hillary Clinton or Imelda Marcos, and you'll see what I mean. I mean, these are all wonderful, wonderful advanced human beings. Somehow being a female makes you a better human being. I don't know how that works out. Men are not good. Here's how you can listen to the Savage Nation. You see the new map on my website, which is, I love the map. It's a kick. You click on your state, and it shows you where the show is. They have not yet gotten ABC on in New York. Oh, it's up! Click on New York, WABC, 770 AM, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. I love it. HAM, Rochester. These are big signals. SYR, Syracuse, and others. I'm all over New York now. That's why I'm not going on vacation tomorrow. Family's going, not me. It's like jingle bells. Everyone's going away. Lights are lit. Vacation. Fun in the sun. Swimming in warm water. Not me. I'm here with the dog. Looking at. He's depressed, though. I think he knows everyone's going away. He's looking at me. He knows I'm talking about him. He knows they're so smart. How do they know? He's not eating either. They know. He stopped eating today. I didn't stop eating. I ate more. When I get stressed, I eat more. When he gets stressed, he eats less. Hi, Ted. You're looking at me like something's wrong. Something's amiss. All right, whatever.